Here I am walking around outside. It's a lovely evening. It's like 5 or 6 right now. And decided I'd try to get a recording for Rivers Host Week. Shout out RiversEatsCarrots, host of this channel, the GOAT. And I decided that I would take some time this week, listen to all 40 of his covers on the channel. Yes, there's 40. I checked. It's kind of crazy. Didn't expect there to be that much. But I decided that the best way to do this was probably going to be to rank them on a tier list. So bear with me, because I'm going to try to sync up this with a tier list video. And then if I'm able, I'm going to be reading off of a script, because there's no way I was going to remember the placement of 40 different songs. So bear with me here as I attempt to open Google Docs. Hold on. Okay, first up we have Sadness as a Gift. It was kind of rough, a little bit crunchy. There were some slip-ups, and the vocal range wasn't 100%, which is kind of understandable for the first cover of the channel. So that gets a C tier from me. Next we have Heal Mode. He said he was sick in the description, but he made a really good cover anyways. There was a few slip-ups, but they weren't really noticeable and added a lot to the music this time, so gets a B tier from me. Third, we have Endless Bummer, and my Weezer bias is probably off the charts for this one, but I feel like this was a really great cover, and it was really well done, well put together. So this is getting an S for me. Next we have The Good Life, another Weezer song. This one was a little faster than the original, a little bit up-tempo, so that was interesting to listen to. Definitely had a different feel, and I'm not really sure how to feel about that, but I say it gets a B tier. Next up we have In Dreams, which was very folksy. It was pretty polished except for one part where he breaks character. The guitar playing is spot on for the entire thing, so this gets an A tier for me. Next up we have Long Time Sunshine, the inspiration for this video. Well, this is just a really good song, and I love the way he played it here. Definitely an S tier for me, and for those of you who are pretty astute, you might have realized that this is a cover of the demo track on Rivers Cuomo's channel, not the one that got uploaded in Pinkerton. Next we have Stop Smoking, We Love You. This one wasn't a bad performance, but the song is pretty basic, so this is going to get a B ranking from me. Then we have Give Me Your Eyes. This was a pleasure to listen to, and it showcases a lot of his dynamic range. There was not really any slip-ups or hiccups, and honestly this is the rare 10 out of 10 performance, so this is going to get an S tier. Next is Give Me Your Hand. Pretty good pacing. There's like only one bit where it was a little weak, so this one gets an A tier. Next up is Made to Love. This one demonstrates some good grasp on rhythm and couplets, I think. I love the switch up at the halfway point. It was a really solid performance. I'd say A tier. Next up we have Hallelujah. Some mistakes here and there, but it was a really good rendition nonetheless, so I'm going to give it A tier. And for number 12 we have Amazing Grace, more like Amazing Key Change. There was a lot of technical skill involved with this one, I think, and I'm pretty confident in putting this one in A tier. Next up we have Meant to Live. This one was pretty interesting, and Rivers did an amazing job with the chorus, but the way he played the verses kind of weighed down the song for me. Maybe I just dislike acoustic on such a heavy rock song, but this one's going to be the one and only D tier of the video, unfortunately. Sorry, Rivers. Next up is His Cheeseburger from VeggieTales. This is a classic. This is extremely true to the original vibe. This is a masterclass in music for sure. If any song that Rivers has covered has any replayability, it is this one. So that's going to give it an 11 out of 10 for me. That is an S tier, through and through. Next is Too Proud. It's a simple song and it doesn't really stick out in either direction. It's not bad, but it isn't overtly good either. So this is going to get a B tier for me. Next up we have God's Gonna Cut You Down. This one's a classic. The lyrics slipped Rivers' mind a few times, and you could tell that this one was a little rougher around the edges than the others, but it's still a pretty solid cover for what it was. So this is going to get a C tier for me. Next up is Tire Swing. The audio quality was a little bit sketchy on this one, but the playing was there, so forgot a few lyrics. That's going to weigh it down a little bit. It's going to get a C tier as well. No Surprises. This is the first appearance of the electric guitar, and an honest-to-goodness banger. This is an S tier through and through. Next up, we have Devotion, another Weezer song, and Electric Guitar 2, Electric Boogaloo. This one was really well done, and the intro with the meow piano sets it apart from all the other covers by a lot. The Weezer bias is at it again, but this is an uncommon 10 out of 10 S tier. Next up, we have On the Radio, a raw and brutal song from my listen to it over the last few days. It was a pretty great cover, and it's not the best thing in the world, but it definitely scores an A tier. Next, we have Float On. The guitars kind of drowned out the vocals in this one, which really polluted the whole experience, but it's still a solid cover in its own regard, so this one gets a C tier. Next up, we have Selfless. It might just be me, but I think the guitar was out of tune for this one, but the tone was nice, the vocals were pretty skillful, so this is going to get an A tier from me. Next up, we have Ode to the Mets. He had fun with this one, and I got pretty invested in it too, I'll be honest. Awesome cover, and it has some really nice chords, so this is going to get an A tier from me. Next up, we have King of Carrot Flowers. It's a solid cover. There was a silly voice crack here and there and towards the end, but otherwise this is a really high quality cover, so this is going to get an A tier for me. Next up we have I Miss You. This is a kind of half cover, it feels like, and the vocals are kind of down in the same register as the guitar, so I'm not completely sure what to think. The playing is good, so this is going to get a B tier from me. Next up is Bruno is Orange. A decent cover, not quite my tempo, but he's got away with the words, and the breaths he took in between verses wasn't awful, so it's a pretty well put together cover, so that's going to give it a B tier. Next up is Sober to Death. The guitar was a little bit much on this one, but I think it really sells the feel of the song, so I'm just going to give this one a C tier. Next up, we have Ocean Man. You can really feel how much fun he had with this one, and he says he didn't really know the lyrics that well, but that is not going to stop this from getting A tier. Next up, we have All I Need. And I think this showcases Rivers' voice in a way that the other covers don't really. And that combined with how good he is at playing this particular song really carries this to that S tier, 100%. And then there's After Hours. The audio quality tried to trip me up halfway through, but it fixed itself later, and I really think that I like this one. But it is that 8 out of 10, not that 9 or 10 out of 10, so this is going to be an A tier for me. Then we have Space Song. The strumming was a little bit off, but I could tell that the song generally was pretty good. And when Rivers switched to the head voice, the song really came together, and it was at that moment that I recognized that this is that one meme song from like short form content and stuff. Okay, you can hate on me in the comments, but that's just where I know it from. So this is gonna get a B tier from me. Next up we have Let Down, Radiohead again. This is a decent cover for what it is, and I'm not the hugest fan of the original, but I have listened to it in the past a lot lately. So I think it does it justice, and I think it's gonna get an A tier from me. Next up, we have Lemon Boy. This is played on the smallest guitar I've ever seen, so I think it's understandably impeded compared to Rivers' usual covers. It's still practiced and pretty well played, so I'm gonna give it a B tier, even though the guitar was not doing it any favors. Next up, we have Scott Pilgrim versus My GPA. There's a different vibe to this one than the others, and it might be the tone of the strings with the capo on them, but whatever it is, it's sounding really good. And the chords are pleasing and the singing is top notch, so this one gets an S tier from me. Next is Buenas Tardes Amigo. There's only two ways to look at this cover/song. It's either the most serious thing ever or the most unserious thing ever. No in between. And even after 3 listens, I haven't figured out which of those options it is. Amazing cover, interesting storytelling, that's gonna get an A tier from me. Next up we have Acolyte. The wind was acting up in this one, but so was Rivers. He had this whistle section halfway through that added a vibe that I haven't heard in any of his other covers up to this point. But again, I think I'm gonna have to give it B tier just because of the audio quality due to the wind. Next up we have Drunk Drivers. Pretty good cover. The vocals definitely sound a little bit strained here and there, and a bug flew onto the phone towards the end and ended the recording before it was done. So that's definitely gonna cause some issues with my ranking here. I think it's gonna get a B tier. No, it's gonna get a C tier. Missing out on the ending is a crime. Okay, getting towards the end here. We have Say Yes. Rivers brings back that whistling from Acolyte, so it did have a little more profanity than my usual taste, but I think the part at about 2 minutes in really kicks it up a notch, so I'm gonna give this one A tier. Okay, second to last, Fake Plastic Trees. Yet another Radiohead one. It's not my favorite, but Rivers singing is too hard not to enjoy, so this one's gonna get a B tier. Now the final one, I Will Follow You Into the Dark. There's not too much to note for this one. It's a new rhythm that I hadn't heard yet in his covers, so I think it did really well in that regard. Everything was pretty seamless, and it really had a cool feeling to it. So this one's gonna get an S tier for me. And I think that brings me to the end of the ranking so far. I cannot wait to see what other covers he does in the future, because he's already made quite a few worthy of S tier thus far. And I mean, just think of what he's going to do in the future. I mean, come on. So I think that's going to be it for me. Shout out Rivers Eats Carrots. Shout out Clown of God. Shout out Stone Goodwin. Shout out Arrow. Shout out Grayson. Shout out Phoenix. I don't know anyone else really. I mean, I guess shout out the postman. I mean, I think he's a pretty cool dude. Quite possibly. I had a lot of fun making this video, even if it took a lot longer than I initially thought it was going to take. So, hopefully, y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. And I guess I will see you later.